Frank L., which he's a loyal listener. We love Frank.
We love
Frank. He was the only one watching us live the one night.
And commenting
he's also
and
a fellow,
hanging with us late at night.
A fellow agent with our agency. So he says, for me, it's the Mickey ice cream bar. It's just your basic ice cream bar that is overpriced just because of its iconic shape. And I agreed with Frank, and I said, it's honestly just a Klondike bar on a stick.
Okay.
Did this one hurt you?
This one hurt. This one hurt me so bad because I'm the person that goes to the grocery store and buys the Mickey-shaped ice cream bars in my grocery store every time I see them. So, and I have to have one every time I go. So this one hurt a little bit, you two. I saw you having your little conversation, and I was like, oh, my heart. Hello, and welcome back to If It Were Up to Us, the podcast where we have zero authority, no filter, and more Disney ideas than anyone asked for. I am your host, Chrissy, and this is my co-host, Stephanie. Hey, Stephanie, how you doing today?
Hey, I'm good.
Good to hear. It feels kind of like we're back home again, recording before dark.
Yes, it's light outside.
Right? It's like, hopefully we won't have too much yawning in this episode.
Hopefully not. Except we stayed up late 2 nights ago, so.
Yes, we did. And I still have not recovered that sleep. I don't know that I ever will.
No, I don't think that's a thing. I wished it were, but.
Yeah, that's just life. As an adult, as a mom, it's just no sleep all the time. So,
for sure.
I am really excited because this is our first Unhinged episode.
Yes. And I feel like, one, we may get ourselves canceled.
We probably will. Yeah.
And two, I'm a little concerned about this. I really am.
Listen, this is fully, like, unfiltered us today. We should preface this by saying we love Disney. Oh, yeah. We love Disney. We love the movies and entertainment, and we absolutely love the parks. And so this comes from a place of love, but we're also realistic in that everything Disney does doesn't have to be exactly right. And you can still love something despite its flaws. So.
Yes. Yeah, both can be true.
If you absolutely love Disney and you don't want to hear anything like bad about it, okay, maybe find another episode to listen to. But you know, I mean, it's a company, it's a real life, like, kind of living and breathing thing. And so there are things that they do right and things that they do wrong and things that people love that make no sense to us. And so I guess, I mean, like, I just want to make sure that people understand that, like, everyone loves these things. Doesn't mean that we do, or it doesn't mean that we, like, there's one on my list that I love, right? And that's part of why I think it is going to be on this list today. But at the same point, like, there is one particular reason I love it, and it's not the usual reason, so we'll get into it when we get there. But we love Disney. These things that we put on our Unhinged episodes really are just, like, our opinions. So
yeah, for sure. And because this is being pre-recorded, I can actually talk about what's going on behind the scenes safely. I've been single parenting it since February 28th because my husband has been working out of town. So I have been, like, losing my mind. So I feel like because of that, my opinions and, like, thoughts are a little more negative and unhinged.
Yes.
You know
Understandable. I mean? You are literally coming unhinged, unglued at any given moment. So I get it. Yeah,
so props to all of the wives and husbands and parents and stuff that, you know, do this on a regular basis. Military families and stuff. Because, like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. And at this very moment, he is heading north. He still has one place to stop. But, like, so hopefully by this weekend, he will be home. Because I've been, like, in good spirits. Like, because you've asked me a few times, like, how's it going? Honestly, during the week, life is normal. But, except for he cooks dinner. So.
Right.
Now I have to do that. So we've been eating Lunchables and spaghetti and just, like, the most basic, simple things.
Yeah.
And when I went down to Disney, it was just to, like, visit him for a little bit. And because he had a couple of extra days, so he got to do Universal. And then he got to do a day at Disney, which is why we were staying at Cabana Bay. So he did 2 days of the Universal parks. And then we did a day at Disney. His next job was in West Palm Beach, so I rode with him down there in his little van, big van, and flew home from that airport. But, yeah. Just wild.
Well, then it's perfectly fitting to have an Unhinged episode this week. Before we dive into that, and I'm sure we're going to talk a little bit about this on our live next week. Because we're kind of, like I said, we're pre-recording this one for the following week. I will save the biggest news for our live, but there are a couple of things that did drop, like, after this or in conjunction with this big Disney Cruise Line news. But they released a couple, so back at D23 last year, I guess, they showed us what's coming, and we learned that Toy Story 5 is coming. They dropped a new trailer for that, which I am very excited for. I'm really kind of hoping, because it comes out in June, the previews will be on our ship when we go in May in the theater, because, you know, they usually air movies before they're out in theaters, so fingers crossed for that. But they dropped a new trailer, and if you haven't seen it, this one is all about the toys versus technology, and it's like a, I'm sure not, it's a off-brand Leapfrog learning pad iPad thing that is now the struggle for the toys this time around, which feels very accurate in today's day and age. So the trailer that I saw was pretty cute. But they also released dates for Incredibles 3 and Lilo and Stitch 2, all coming out in 2028. Those were the big ones that I saw that I'm looking forward to. I guess I thought there was a Lilo and Stitch 2 already.
Was there, like...
I know there was the live action
one,
but
too.
or maybe it was like a 1.5 that like went like was like straight to home movie type of situation. But
maybe,
I thought there was a follow up movie somewhere. I feel like
you're right.
Yeah, unless this is a live action too. I don't know, but I thought there already was one. I don't
think so. Yeah, maybe there was like a mini, like a.
Oh yeah, no, I know there was like a TV series,
a short.
Oh, yeah, maybe that's what it was. Guess I'll be scrolling through Disney Plus tonight to find out. So, all right. Okay, so should we just get into today's topic?
Let's do it, because I'm excited about it.
I am terrified, but so excited. Okay, you guys, today is the first in our Unhinged series of episodes that you're going to get this season, and today's topic is the most overrated things in Disney. And we came for Disney, you guys. This is the raw stuff. And I have just some of mine. I was telling my husband what they were last night, and he was like, "You're wrong." And I was like, "Whoa." Like, he's like, "I think that you're insane." And I was like, "Well, it is what it is." We said what we said, okay? And then we also asked you guys to tell us on social media what you thought the most overrated thing was, and we had some pretty good answers of things, I have to say. So I can't wait to read those as well. And if you're listening and you didn't get a chance to respond before this episode, please drop it in the chat. Tell us what you think we missed, and
what's your top
also,
three?
Yeah, tell us if you think that we're wrong and you'll never listen to us again.
I mean,
but hopefully you won't. Yeah,
people can have a difference of opinion on stuff like this, and it'd be okay. So, are we gonna start obviously for
Yes.
number
I think
3,
before we get to our
Jordan
countdown,
one.
it helped me to kind of remember what overrated actually means, because I think we use it
Okay.
a lot in just like casual conversation. And so I had to really look at it. I pulled up the definition of it
Okay.
because I'm technical like that, and it is something valued, praised, or rated higher than it deserves. Often used when an item's popularity outweighs actual merit. It helped me to think about things because, like, I know that as a Disney adult, like, I like a lot of things that maybe most people don't like. And then I kind of understand that, like, there are things that, like I said before, there are things that I like for a specific reason. So I know that that might not be what everybody, or why there's a cult following for these things, but yeah, it helped me to kind of think about it that way. I don't know, did you think about this another way, or was that kind of the same thought process you went through?
So for me, because I knew what my number 1 was going to be, and I knew what my number 3 was going to be, but my number 2 I struggled with, and I literally had to think about it like my number 2 probably is going to make more people mad than my number 1.
Okay.
And I had to think about it over, like, as a value standpoint. Something that is so like, might be so expensive, but not worth the cost, in my opinion, anymore.
Yeah, I have one of those too.
So, so that's kind of how I figured out my number 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay. So let's count down 3, 2, 1, and you go first.
Okay, so my number 3, you're going to know this one. It's Peter Pan's Flight. And this one, from a time of ride to the wait time standpoint, it is a short experience. It's really not amazing. And kind of jumping over to Universal, the E.T. ride gets some hate. And it has the same kind of concept. You're, like, up in the air. You're attached
flying
at the
over
top.
scenes.
And that one's way longer. And usually it can be a little bit shorter than 45 minutes. Whereas Peter Pan's Flight's so short. The line is, I don't think the queue is that amazing. I'm sorry. People are like, oh my God, the queue. I just wait in line for the queue. There's not a queue on this planet that I'm excited to stand in line for a long period of time. So I don't care if I can smack the little bells or catch butterflies or whatever is happening. I don't want to stand in line for 45 minutes for a very short ride.
Yeah.
And I love Peter Pan. It used to be one of my favorite movies. Like, in my teenage years, I liked Peter Pan. So I just don't think it's worth. And I don't even think it's worth making it your number 1, tier 1. Is it on tier 1, I think? Lightning Lane selection.
Yeah, I think it might be. But I'm in agreement. I usually will not waste a Lightning Lane on Peter Pan. I just won't do it. Like, there are other things that I want to ride, and if I happen to be rope dropping, maybe I'll go to that one because everybody else goes to Seven Dwarves. But yeah, it's not one that I'm overly excited about. Is it cute? Is it and I think part of the reason people love it is because it is a classic, but go ride Dumbo instead. You know, like,
I have rope dropped Dumbo before.
I used Premier Pass when I went and did it with Premier Pass because when I had it, and
yeah, you could ride everything. You might as well do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I actually didn't even ride Peter Pan that day, so I know. So I don't hate you for that one. I will not throw you in Disney jail for that one.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, my number 3 is a little bit bigger. And even Drax is already upset about it. Okay, so my number 3 is Pandora, the entire land at Animal Kingdom. Okay, don't get me wrong. The amazing immersive theming is really, really cool to look at. But when you have other, I mean, boil it down, it's floating mountains and vines and stuff. And part of the draw for this land is the bioluminescence, and we don't even get to see it because the park closes so early. And so I feel like as a land, it's really hard to like. It's just, yeah, there are too many negatives to it. Okay. And then you get into, but they have some really cool attractions. Yes, they did 10 years ago, you know, like, or when, it didn't open 10 years ago, but I don't feel like the technology is there. And also, when you are somebody who goes to the parks often, like, Flight of Passage was so cool. I loved it. I cried. I was really sad I waited as long as I did to ride the ride. But at the same time, even you had said it when you were like, I didn't want you to look over and miss the magic, because it pulls you out of that storytelling element when you look to the right or to the left, right? Mm-hmm. And then I got a little bit salty when I was thinking about it because, you know, Navi River Journey has such a high wait. So, like, it's usually 45 minutes, 70 minutes for a 5-minute boat ride that feels like a miniature golf course. Like a blacklit miniature golf course. You know what I mean? Like, it just, I don't know. And then, and half the time the like, iconic animatronic is not working. It's just, I don't see why people spend as much time in this land as they do. For me, this one's overrated.
I agree. I'm not going to argue.
I'm glad you...
You know how I feel about Navi River Journey. Pretty much the same as Peter Pan. One, I think it's kind of short. Is it gorgeous and pretty? Sure. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Cool animatronic at the end, if it's there. A lot of times I feel like it's not. It's a screen or whatever when they're working on it, which I get. It's like a high-tech animatronic. Great. Mm-hmm. But the only things I like, and I'll tell you, like, Flight of Passage is a cool ride. That's another one I'm probably not going to waste money on buying. Mm-hmm. If I want to ride it, I might rope drop it, or I might do it last in the night if I'm still in that park. The best things in that land are the cheeseburger pods and the night blossom drink. Mm-hmm. And that's pretty much it. I don't think it's amazing.
Yeah, I know people really love the food there at Satu'li Canteen.
Yeah.
But as somebody who, like, is a picky eater, like, even the cheeseburger pods weird me out. And I know they're cheeseburger. Like, it's not like it's a different flavor, but I'm even like, I just don't. Jesus. Sorry, guys, I kicked my table. Yeah, I just don't think it lives up to the hype. And also, like, I didn't really know that that the Avatar franchise, while it, like, was groundbreaking technologically for, like, CGI and everything, and the movie was awesome, critically acclaimed award, whatever you want to say, I just didn't know there was that big of a following to, like, be a thing, but whatever. Mm-hmm. So maybe I'm a little jaded from the get-go.
Yeah, no, I agree. And the whole fact that we can't even see the bioluminescence.
Right.
It's dumb. And whatever. Yeah.
And it's still marketed as that stuff, too. Like, it's still...
Oh, yeah.
But you never see it. So what's the point?
I agree.
No. Yeah. Don't waste the time.
I think that land could really benefit, especially now that they've taken the Boneyard Playground. It could really benefit from a really cool play area. And you can incorporate the mountains and stuff and the waterfalls. They could put a very, very cool play area back in there. And, I don't know, make the Navi River boat ride bigger. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a 5-minute boat ride.
Yeah.
That's it.
And when Tiana's is like 10 minutes or something. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. With a thrill on it. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Nope, I agree. You're allowed to have that one. I like your number 3.
Okay, thanks. Yay. All right.
No Disney jail for you.
Whew. Okay, avoided that one.
Okay.
All right,
so I think
2?
We'll go through our number 2s, but before we get to number 1s, we'll share some of our listeners'
honorable mentions. Yeah,
thoughts.
and listens.
Yes, and I love that your kitty is like really angry all of a sudden.
Yeah, he is, because it's 3:00 here, and that's when he starts wanting dinner. So, yeah.
No, I don't blame him. Okay, so my number 2. Are you ready?
I'm a little... This is the one you say is spicy, right? Like real spicy? Okay.
I think
all
so,
right.
and I think this is going to make people mad. Character dining as a whole. The whole... And here is why. 1, a lot of them are buffets, and I think that is the dumbest concept ever. When you're having characters come to you, you have to worry about being up and away from your table. Yeah, maybe they'll circle back around. And the last few we've done, I thought the food wasn't the best quality. And I didn't feel like, not to be rude, but the princesses at Akershus looked very good as the princesses they were displaying. It felt like a Temu version of like Cinderella's royal table. Okay. And before that, I forget where we were, I felt like we didn't get very much time with the characters. It was like boom, 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 move on to the next table.
Yeah, snap a photo and go. Yeah.
Exactly. And the whole point is to have more time, it be less stressful for the kids. And I feel like my kids were more worried, like, okay, well, I have to eat and I have to be ready to take a photo with this character. And it's so expensive. And this is coming from somebody, I loved the Garden Grill. I haven't done breakfast there in a very long time. And I loved the food there. So I would go there just to do the food again. And I would like to try it again. But the ones we've done since, my husband and I looked at each other and we're like, we're not doing this anymore. Because I don't feel like it was worth the cost. When you're getting mediocre, low quality food just to be in the presence of whatever character.
Yeah.
And the Crystal Palace, Winnie the Pooh characters are so cute. I loved Winnie the Pooh. My kids don't know who the Winnie the Pooh characters are. I think it's time to like change that up. And I think they could have done some really cool face characters in that restaurant. Not princesses, but some of the other ones.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, yes, it is hard. Yeah. When they're not face characters.
Yeah. For me, I feel like a better use of your money, because if you're a family of 4, just be planning to drop $250 for one character meal. A better use of your money is to get a better resort. To get park hopper on your tickets. To buy lightning lanes for your days. I just feel like there's also a bunch of restaurants that have really good food that people skip over because they don't have characters. Like Boma's breakfast buffet is awesome.
Oh my god, it's so good. It's so good.
But people choose Tusker House because of the characters. And not only are you cutting into your park time, you're paying more for a lot. I feel like there was some of the same food. Like, or ideas of food. And I just, at least for my family now, I think we're done with character dining.
Character dining, yeah.
So, I just don't think it's worth the money anymore.
Okay, I won't throw you in jail completely, but I might put you on probation. You might be having to watch what you say for a little while after that one. Because I am a fan of certain character dining experiences. I think that you have to acknowledge that you are not paying for the food necessarily. And that once you acknowledge that you pay for the experience, it's a little bit easier to swallow dollar value wise. And I do think, like, kid you not, I did 1900 Park Fair not long after it was remodeled, and they changed up the characters, because it used to be like Mary Poppins and Alice in Wonderland and like the Mad Hatter and stuff, and because we did it on our honeymoon, and hands down a 10 times better experience now than it was then. The characters are great. It's like Mirabelle, Aladdin, Cinderella, and Tiana in her adventurer's outfit. Those were the 4 that we saw. And I loved it. And I thought the food was really, really great for a buffet. And I will say this, my mom had to get up, go get food, and they passed by a couple of times. And they came right back to us the second she sat down. So they were paying attention to that. I will say that. But I do agree that there are some experiences, like when you pay that much, you are expecting something more intimate. Like, I view character dining as basically like a fast pass to a character experience while you get, and you eat while you wait. You know what I mean? Like, it's, so I won't throw you entirely in jail on that one. For looping in some really good ones, but it is funny that you say that because mine is somewhat similar.
Okay.
My number 2. Journey back to 2012 with me for a moment.
Okay. Back
when New Fantasyland was opening and Disney brought us the land's newest, most immersive dining experience, Be Our Guest restaurant. Okay, at the time, this was the only location in Disney that served alcohol. And they served, like, fancy French wines because it's French.
Yeah.
And they also offered a quick service breakfast and lunch. You needed to have, it was kind of like a combo thing. It was a very interesting concept for the time where you still had to have a reservation, but you did order your food from, like, a kiosk for breakfast and lunch, and then you got a buzzer that was shaped like a rose that you put on your table, and then they bring, like, the little cart out to you, right? I was so pumped when this opened, and we were doing our honeymoon in 2013, and I loved Be Our Guest restaurant. I, like, the 90s baby millennial person I am, walking into the ballroom with this scale, like, I felt like I walked into the movie. And then I realized that the windows there's snow outside, right? Like, it's iconic. It is such an amazing venue. And, like, you just, yeah. And then the West Wing, right? Like, that's the whole, like, dark kind of vibe, and there's thunder, and then the portrait transforms in front of your eyes, and the petals fall from the enchanted rose. Like, so cool, right? But that's it. And here's what I gotta say. Like, I remember the menu being pretty vast at the time, and, like, pretty, like, it was family friendly, but still French, right? And, like, we got the gray stuff. It was indeed delicious. And, like, it was a fine dining experience without the price tag to a point, right? Like, I still knew I was going to order from a kiosk and sit down and it, you know, and it is very loud in that restaurant. I will say that. The scale of the ballroom makes it so, like, it's echoey, it's loud. Anyways, like, those were the drawbacks then. Over time, it has changed even more. I think at one point it was, like, after your meal, you could stop in and see the Beast. And so so at least there was that. And then, of course, COVID shut down and everything changed. And they've never returned it to any kind of character experience dining. But it is still a hefty price tag. It's a $70 price tag for a prefix lunch and dinner. So you're not even getting, like, the full menu that it could be. It just doesn't feel the same. And so, like, it's interesting that you say, like, character dining is so difficult. Like, at least give me freaking character dining. You know what I mean? Like, yes, it's cool to eat in the ballroom or, you know, the rose garden or whatever they call it, but, like, that's it. That's all you're getting. And the food is not that great. It's just subpar food, subpar experience. I think in its current state, it's a hard to get, overly priced, expensive dining experience that leaves something to be desired. You know, that for me is overrated.
I don't disagree with you. I did this with my mom because she's a huge Beauty and the Beast fan in 2022. And I feel like post-COVID, the Beast just, like, walks around. He does not stop. He just walks through, like, he's pacing through the dining rooms. And while it's absolutely gorgeous, we ate in the ballroom and the food was fine, but for me and my mom, I felt like it was worth it. I would not feel it was worth it to take my family of 4. My kids really wouldn't care. I mean, Lindsay might think it's cool, but she'd rather see Belle walking through than the Beast.
Yeah.
I think if they don't want to make it a full-on character thing, then have the Beast and Belle come in every once in a while and dance in the center of the ballroom.
Yes.
Or do something like that. Or even in some of those other rooms, maybe do something different so that it entices people to want to come back. Because if they sit in a different room, they'll have a different experience.
Yeah.
I just feel like, why have that kind of restaurant and then not have it, like you said, be some sort of good experience, dinner and a show type of thing. And having just watched some of the people's vlogs from the Disney Adventure, it looks like their one restaurant, they do like a little dinner and a show, like Mickey and Minnie come out and they dance and there's singing and like a jazz band and stuff. I feel like there's so much they could do with that space, even if they do have to remove some of the tables. And heck, I mean, you could probably charge a little bit more, and if you want to make up for the lack of having moved tables.
I mean, I even think you could do like an animatronics thing, you know, where kind of like in Beak and Barrel, where the parrot comes alive, right? Like, you could have animatronics that pop out and sing Be Our Guest and then go back down. At least it's something, and it's not, you know, like, it's just not, in its current state, it's not enough for that price tag.
Yeah. I would love Beauty and the Beast, like, come out, do their dance, go back in, you know, something. But no, I don't disagree with you there.
Not going to throw me in jail on that one.
No, I'm not going to throw you in jail. Yeah. Okay, so before we go on to our number ones, I thought it would be fun to read not only some of our listeners' overrated things, my kids, I asked them.
Okay, yes.
Because I thought it would be fun, and I had to explain. I mean, Carson, he's 9. He kind of knows what overrated means. My 6-year-old didn't really. I had to give it in 6-year-old terms. So I wrote them down because I didn't want to forget what they said. So Carson says living with the land is overrated. He doesn't really care about plants, and he says it's way too slow and too long. So that's from a 9-year-old.
Okay.
Lindsay says, and I love this about her, she says, lines are overrated, and I wish we could have a pass all day long. She means like a lightning lane pass all day long. So she's
Same
over the
girl.
lines.
Same.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
I love it.
I love it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Also, I love that that's how her mind functions. Like, yeah.
She was like, no, overrated. I don't like that.
Yes, very much so, my friend.
So funny. So some of we asked, I put a little picture, and looking back now, I wished maybe I wouldn't have given some examples, because I think some people thought they had to pick just one of the three things.
One of those things, yes.
But Ryan N says he does not need to submit this anonymously, because we gave that as an option, if you didn't know, because in case maybe you didn't really want, you know, to be thrown into jail. To say it out loud. Yes. He says it's the turkey leg, and we couldn't agree more. Yeah. That was going to be my honorable mention, but I think not only him, but a few people have said the turkey leg. Kim M says, I'll never get the turkey leg thing, just no. Tammy L also says the turkey leg.
Yep.
So, and what's funny is when I was there this past weekend, America in Epcot has like a whole thing dedicated to turkey legs, because we're just pathetic and don't have any fun food apparently. And just the person wasn't just like biting it, they were like peeling it apart.
Oh.
And it just grossed me out, because I'm not a big dark meat fan to begin with. I know it's supposed to have more flavor and all of that, but I am one of those, I freak out about chicken being cooked all the way through. Yeah. So it already being purple, I can't do it. So that grossed me right out. So, yeah, no.
Yes, I also Ryan N also took advantage of commenting in multiple places, and he also said going right towards Canada in the World Showcase, which is overrated. Yes. Kathy O said Hollywood Studios as a whole is overrated, and I think we pretty much agreed with her on that one in that episode. So, and then I know my mother commented that the teacup ride is overrated.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and her comment directly was because inevitably you have someone that wants to spin it like crazy, and
yeah. Some of the other things were Dole Whip.
Yes.
Which I don't disagree. I like I've said before, I don't know the last time I've had a Dole Whip. It might be on my very first trip, or maybe my husband's first trip to the Magic Kingdom. Might have been the last time. So that would have been in 2018, his first trip to the Magic Kingdom, that I've had
a Dole Whip.
Mm-hmm. I kind of wanted one on this last trip, but it just didn't work out. Also,
that was my husband's,
on the food
was
topic.
Dole Whip. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frank L., which he's a loyal listener. We love Frank.
He
was the only one watching us live the one night.
And commenting and hanging with us late at night.
A fellow agent with our agency. So he says, for me, it's the Mickey ice cream bar. It's just your basic ice cream bar that is overpriced just because of its iconic shape. And I agreed with Frank, and I said, it's honestly just a Klondike bar on a stick.
Okay.
Did this one hurt you?
This one hurt. This one hurt me so bad because I'm the person that goes to the grocery store and buys the Mickey-shaped ice cream bars in my grocery store every time I see them. So, and I have to have one every time I go. So this one hurt a little bit, you two. I saw you having your little conversation, and I was like, oh, my heart. Yeah.
Somebody else also said the Small World ride. Why would you want to do that to yourself? Mm-hmm. I don't really mind it. It's fine. It's a nice long break off of your feet. Mm-hmm. And an AC if it's hot out. And then somebody else, Elizabeth C., said rides just in general. And I cannot get on board with that one.
Yeah, I might throw that person in jail for that one. Rides in general are overrated. Woo!
And we only had one anonymous submission.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure I know who this is, but that you must stay at monorail resorts to make the best vacation. I don't really know what they mean here. Caribbean Beach Hotel is the best as it has easy access to 2 parks by Skyliner, walking distance to Riviera, and the playground. I don't disagree that I don't think you need to stay in a monorail resort. We kind of talked about that. Actually, monorail resorts were going to be an honorable mention for me, that I don't think they're really worth the hype. I don't think... And my husband and I were actually having this conversation because we stayed off site. We had to take the ferry back to the TTC. And we talked about how annoying it would be having a room really close to the Ticket and Transportation Center, listening to the ferry.
Run really late. Mm-hmm.
That the only park it's convenient for you is the Magic Kingdom, because while there is a monorail that goes to Epcot, you have to transfer at the Ticket and Transportation Center. And I think that's kind of a headache I don't want to deal with.
So that's your honorable mention, monorail resorts?
Yeah.
Or the monorail in general being overrated?
No, I love the monorail. But I think the monorail resorts are unnecessary.
Okay. I'll give you my honorable mentions if you want them. Okay. So on my list, before I get into the top one, Gideon's in Disney Springs.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I
very
agree.
much.
500%.
Why are we queuing up for this? There are better cookies over at the cookie shop at, what is it? Summer House?
Summer House on the lake.
Yep. And I can't get on board with that kind of wait.
Honestly, I don't think the peanut butter cold brew is like the most amazing thing on the planet either. And I'm not standing in line for it.
No.
Like, I love all the artwork and stuff. I think it's cool. I like that it's unique. I think the cookies are not that great. No cookie on this planet needs that many chocolate chips on it. I'm sorry, it just doesn't.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
And
I agree.
I'm not... I have clients that are in Disney right now, and it's like their favorite thing on their planet, and because I think she asked me if I could stop and get her some. I'm like, no.
No, I'm not waiting to that. I'm not trying to get there and virtual queue it or whatever. Like, I'm not doing it. Just not doing it.
I'll just go to Summer House on the Lake and get a cookie, or the Jack Num Num cookie in Hollywood Studios.
Yeah.
I'm not. I know. It's not
and then my other one was just dining plans, but specifically the free dining plan offer. Like, I can admit that dining plans are pretty cool in that they allow you to kind of pre-budget for your food, but they're not something that you have to do. And then there's the whole big thing about getting free dining, which is cool, but it can't be combined with any other offers. It's not always the best discount available. And so the hype around like, oh, it's free dining, it's just like, that's just not my favorite.
That the kids free dining this
year.
Oh,
kids free dining.
I don't like the new promos that have come out the last 2 years that are free for everyone. It's always, you have to stay 4 nights, you have to have a 4-day park hopper ticket. Now, I love park hopping. I will do it all day long. I don't think I can visit without park hopping anymore. But a lot of families do not. And if they weren't really interested in the dining plan to begin with, and then now you're going to make them add the park hopper, it's not worth it for them.
Yeah.
It's just not. And so I did have a family that already had a 4-day park hopper on their thing. They were obviously doing the kids free dining. So it did save them the amount of the adults. That's all it took off, obviously, for their trip. But you really have to, like, ask yourself, are we just changing to this just to get free dining, but in the end going to spend more because now we're forced to park hop and...
That's what I'm saying. It's not always the best deal out there.
The accounting person in me, because I do it all day, is I would be so stressed about, am I actually getting my money's worth? Because it's great if you're worried and you just want to pre-budget your dining and you don't really care once you're there if you've got your money's worth. But I cannot shut my brain off. I would be like, we have to get this on this menu. Otherwise, we're losing money in the end.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't know. Also, the resort cups was my other honorable mention. I love them, okay? I love them so much. I get one.
I buy one every time.
Anytime we're staying for any... It's my souvenir, and that's what I take it as. Because you cannot fill it up in the parks. And for me, that is stupid. We've talked about this. Fountain soda is one of the cheapest things out there. It costs them pennies to offer fountain soda, okay? Like, the upcharge on fountain soda is insane. So, charge me $5 more, make it $35, and I can use it in the parks because it's annoying.
I won't throw you in jail on that one. I love it, but it does hurt to not be able to fill it in the parks. Yep. Well, I've gone first on the last two, so I think you have to give your number one first. Okay, I will go number one, and it's very interesting because we did not talk about what we were going to say on these, but I feel like we've been in similar vibes and wavelengths. So for you to have just talked a bunch about the monorail and the monorail like resorts, my number one most overrated, and again, I'm going to preface, I love it. I love it. I love it because it is sentimental to me. Otherwise, it would not be in my, and it, to this, I mean, it, I love it. Do not take it away, Disney, but it is overrated. The Polynesian Village Resort. Okay. Which I know is going to get me, like, people are going to be like, you are crazy. What are you talking about? And I do love it. It's sentimental to me. It's one of the first hotels that we stayed at. When my son was 1, we stayed there. Like, it's a great hotel, and it feels like a tropical vacation in the middle of Disney. It's iconic. It's an OG resort. The Disney history person in me loves it. But it still feels 1971 in places. I know that we went right after they had updated the guest rooms, and those were really cool. The updated Moana rooms are really fun and nice. But the interior hallways still felt like they were from the 90s. And when you have really, and even the lobby is dark and like, you know, like it just doesn't feel as like bright and welcoming. I don't know. It still gives a Polynesian vibe. Don't get me wrong, like tropical and, you know, South Seas kind of thing. But, yeah, and then you throw in these brand new over the water, like bungalows, right? And then you put up this giant, like modern looking tower, and it makes everything else just feel old and dingy. And then the other point that I was going to make too was the same kind of thing that you were talking about, which is like it's on the monorail, but the monorail only goes to one park. And of the monorail resorts, this is the least accessible one because you can't walk to the park. You have to go through Grand Floridian to walk to it, right? So, and you have, like, either way, coming or going, you're making multiple stops before you get to your resort or get to the Magic Kingdom. So, and then the biggest thing of all is that it's now become such like a cult classic, Ohana and the noodles and all like that. It's overcrowded. It's not, there are a lot of resorts that you can go back to in the middle of the day and it feels like a break from the parks. This is not one of those resorts. You don't walk into the lobby and feel like you've gotten a break from the crowds. You know, and even the pool, I mean, because they've added so many more rooms and things, they have not expanded the pool like since they rebuilt it a while ago and added the big volcano and everything. Like, it's not been expanded. The main pool with the water slide is relatively small for the number of rooms in this resort. So it just like even the pool feels crowded when you're going for a break for the day. So yeah, for me it's an overrated stay when it's $750 a night for a standard room. Not even an upgraded one, but just like they're looking at the parking lot, looking at the woods. That's a hard sell for me. The value just isn't quite there. Especially when you look to the Grand Floridian, which this is where my husband was like, you're crazy. The Grand Floridian is for old people. And like, that is more overrated. Like the fact that that's like their signature resort. And I was like, but you have not been since they have literally redone everything. They added in all those vacation club stuff. They've redone all of the lobbies to the exterior buildings, like those entry points in the exterior buildings, all the guest rooms. They have redone and updated almost every restaurant, and they added a bunch of lounges. Like, there's a lobby bar in the hotel now. Like, you can't... Yeah, it's just not even comparable. So...
It's funny you say this, because I told you that my husband and I were talking on the ferry about, you know, monorail resorts, and Polynesian was our focus. That he said, what's the big draw about these bungalows? And they're so expensive, but you have a ferry boat, especially if you're the one closest to the TTC. That's what you're looking at all day long. You get a little tiny plunge pool, and you're far away from, unless you're this way, from the main lobby.
The other amenities. Yep.
And people argue, okay, but you could request, like going back to a standard room, the building closest to the TTC. You could avoid doing the transfer because you could pick which one. You could either get on the Express monorail and go to Magic Kingdom, or you can get on the Epcot monorail and walk. That's great. But you're now forever away from the lobby and the bus stop. So that'll help you.
Yeah, it's a trade-off either way. There's no... Yeah.
Again, yeah. And you actually make an excellent point about why monorail resorts can be a problem, and that's because it's so easy for everybody and their mother to visit them because they're on the monorail. They can leave the Magic Kingdom, jump on, do a monorail crawl, and you have all these guests that aren't staying there, which is fine, now in your lobby and stuff. Now, granted, they have it so you can't like go swimming in their pools and stuff.
Right.
You have to have your magic band to do so. But I find these resorts are the most, one set of families stays in the room and they bring the rest of the family wherever they're staying, come and enjoy the pool. I even see vloggers doing this. So like, I just feel like I don't want to spend that much money to, I don't know, to be like, you're right. You're the park kind of follows you there.
It does. You can go back to, I think, any other resort. Like, the one that I was really comparing it to was like, we've done Yacht Club a couple of times, and Yacht Club feels like a break in the middle of the day. It is not a super busy, and because they're so strict about their pool too, like, it's really resort guests, and you, like, everybody gets the wristband, and you got, like, it just feels like a better break in the middle of the day. And you can walk to 2 different theme parks, whether you're hopping on the Skyliner, and John was like,
or take a boat.
He was like, what's the difference between hopping on the Skyliner and having to transfer and to get to Hollywood Studios? And I was like, the Skyliner is always moving. When it is operating, it is always moving. You're not waiting for another train to come around and then waiting for people to get on and off. Like, it is a quick move all the way through. And so even the long waits feel like shorter waits on the Skyliner. Yeah, so our ferry discussion ended with, okay, what deluxe resort do we want to stay at? Like, if we are going, like, next week, what resort we pick? And we both agreed. He said the Boardwalk, which I'm down for. And I said any of those 3 in that area. Any of them. Yeah.
And the other good thing about those resorts is you could easily utilize that free mini golf if you wanted to by just walking over to Fantasia Gardens. And I love the option of being able to walk back from the Hollywood Studios. Like, if I don't want to wait for a boat, I can just, or a bus or whatever, I can just walk if I want to.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's multiple methods of transportation to get to where you want to go. And and so many, just like, it is a perk of the Skyliner resorts that you can easily get to the boardwalk and stuff. It opens up so much dining availability without having to get on a bus and go to a park first to get out to the resort you want to eat at. It just makes it easier. So, but you kind of already said it. I do have 2 more honorable mentions. Oh, okay.
And it is the specialty lounges, Beak and Barrel and Trader Sam's. I love them. Don't get me wrong. I've not done the one in Disney World. I've done Trader Sam's and Disneyland. Same thing. So much harder to get like into. And I feel like you have to go and show up. Maybe they made it so you can make a reservation out. I don't remember. But or you can join the wait list without showing
Sam's.
up.
Yeah. You can get close and now they changed their operating hours so you can go starting at 11 a.m. now. But
That's
they'd opened at 4. You used to have to get in line at like 2.
Yeah. It's really expensive drinks for the atmosphere. It kind of goes on the same line with the character dining for me. And I took my husband to Beak and Barrel for the first time, and cool. I don't think I need to go back. Like, unless I'm going with somebody that's never been. Or maybe a group of girls would be fun to go to Trader Sam's with.
Yeah.
I would rather just get a drink in Epcot for cheaper. A little bit. Just a little cheaper.
Well, you can go over and get the same drinks for a little bit cheaper just on the terrace at Poly.
Yeah. I just don't think it's worth the headache of having to get a reservation or walk up wait list and stuff for it. So I think those are overrated. Yeah. Okay, so my number 1. This one's going to hurt you. I just know it.
All right, take a shot. I'm ready.
Festival food booths. All of them. Don't care what festival, don't care what it is. The food is mediocre at best. They're cooking in these outdoor kitchens. A lot of times when it's really busy, your food has sat there prepared. We saw it when we were there most recently. They have them all lined up. They never changed the darn menus. I was hinting at this last episode that they never changed the darn menus. The staples around the park are better. People don't eat at Regal Eagle Smokehouse because they're trying all the stupid foods at the festival booths. That place is amazing. The empanadas that are there all the time, amazing. Go into La Cava del Tequila and get the nachos and stuff. Amazing. Nobody tries the sit-down restaurants in these parks because we, even as travel agents, tell them not to, because if you're going and you want to try all these, you're not going to want to waste time at a restaurant in your food space. I just feel like, no, I'm done. I'm done with them. Like, I'm going to pick a time when it's Diet Epcot and no darn festival booths and go then. I just feel like lately none of the food is, oh my God, that was so good. And I'm saying this as somebody back in 2024, the ramen cup during Flower and Garden, I loved it so much. I have the funniest video of me eating them. My husband was videoing me. We got it this time. It wasn't even that great this time.
I will say that is the struggle with the consistency, and half the time you get they have the picture of the food on the menu, and then what you actually get looks very different from the food on the menu. So I can understand that bit of it. Oh, I said I wasn't getting on during this episode, and here we go. But so I do understand. I also think that I love the festivals for the different entertainment and experiences that they offer, and it is great to be able to try different kinds of foods that you don't get to usually try at home, right? Like, not that the nachos are the same at home, but I can get nachos at home. I could get it, at least here in Texas, right? Like, we can get all that kind of stuff. But I feel like there are some things that you just can't get, but it is interesting because when you were talking about it earlier this week, about how the food booths really never change, it has gotten to that point. And maybe it's because this is, in the last 5 years, I've really paid attention to the food booths, right? And so then you see things that say, like, new, and it's like, oh, you start to realize that the new items really are new because they haven't had them on the menu before, and that means that everything that is not noted new is not new. And maybe that's great because you do find your favorites, but you are right that your favorites don't hit the same year after year, or even day after day. Like, you could have gone to the food booth, got your ramen cup, and maybe it would have been better the next day, Yeah. So, yeah.
Yep.
I won't throw you entirely in jail. I'm glad that you specified food booths and not festivals as a whole.
Oh my gosh, no.
That would make me very sad. But
I love that we change it out for these different things and change up entertainment and stuff, but nope, I don't really care. Like, I just don't anymore. And sometimes the new things were things that were there 10 years ago.
Yeah.
That they changed like one ingredient and brought back. I don't know.
Yeah, or they switched it to an impossible meat instead of a regular. Like,
you know what I would prefer that they do?
What
I would prefer that they let a local, or not, it doesn't have to be local to Orlando, but maybe like a restaurant or something that specializes in a certain type of cuisine, like come in and do like a week or something where they present their food. I don't know. I just feel like that'd be a great way for them to give back.
To highlight some local restaurants and would be really cool. I kind of think back to when we did our episode on Epcot, and I got to do some research into the original festivals, right? And like Flower and Garden in particular, because that's like the longest running one. They used to have local experts there to help you, and they hosted classes where you got to sit and look at, or sit and hear from local experts on how to plant things or how to incorporate different herbs into your recipes and things like that. That would be really ideal to see something like that come into play, where you have expert chefs, Michelin rated chefs come in and show you how to cook things, or how to elevate meals that you're probably already doing, or, you know, some of that kind of stuff I think would be really, really cool and innovative. And there you could do that with, you know, local restaurants and chefs, and say, hey, come listen to Orlando native or whatever, you know, just to highlight something different and local, and be even more supportive of the community that they're in. I like that idea.
I'm really shocked about our list. I mean, my Peter Pan's flight you probably knew, but pretty much all of yours I wasn't really expecting, so.
Yeah, this was really kind of fun because, like, I mean, obviously, like, I think it's interesting when you talk about overrated, because there are things that I think both of us can acknowledge they are super popular, but they're popular for a reason, right? And so, like, I did not expect you to come into this and say Hall of Presidents, because you've talked about it for so long and often, and, you know, like, but I also think you also don't think it's that overrated, because
nobody goes.
Nobody goes, yeah.
Nobody goes.
So, yeah, I really tried to think about things that most people would find or think of as popular things, and so,
yeah.
Yeah, this was really fun. I can't wait for our next Unhinged one.
Yes.
Oh, well, this is perfect, because we just got done talking about attractions that might be overrated, and our next Unhinged episode is attractions that we'll only do if they're a walk-on.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's great. All right,
so
awesome.
Yeah.
So if you want to come back for that, please do. When is that? April sometime, or is it May?
It's April 30th. So.
Oh, wow. Okay. Awesome. All right. Well, that was fun. If it were up to us.
Well, you'll just have to listen. Okay, cool.